It is a wintry day here in Alaska. Snowing outside. Just thought I'd go cruising around and see what I can find in the way of different photographs that I haven't done before. While looking down south there, it looks pretty good, this snow. A little bit of cloud break there. So it's a winter day. Foggy. Plenty of snow. So I'm looking for a interesting pattern that we may be able to put against the dark mountains up there. Just cruising and trying to find the right spot. One of the keys to doing this is to look around and see what else. And I see up there, there's some clouds coming out and some mountains in the background. So I'm thinking if I do kind of a telephoto shot with those trees and the foreground little tules, that would be pretty cool. Telephoto shot to kind of compress the background and the foreground. So let's see how that works. So that's what the whole setup looks like with the picture in the background. So I am looking at framing the shot like that. But I might consider widening it out and coming down. So when I zoom out, I'll have too much sky. So as I zoom out, I'm going to also move it down like so. So that I don't have too much sky. Using the third rule, I put the trees on the right-hand side, but I also don't want to crop off those mountains back there. So I'm shooting an aperture value, and when I go to look at the photo, I always want to look at the histogram. And the histogram doesn't look too bad. It's got room to move off to the right. Yeah, histogram looks pretty good considering it's white snow. I could even open it up a little bit more so I could overexpose it. Full stop in this light. And that moves it over a bit. So that's cool. 1 2/3 stops. So because the snow is white, I do not want to meter it as medium gray like the meter would normally do it. So in aperture value, I'm telling the meter to overexpose it 1 2/3 stops in order to make the snow appear white, which it actually is. So that's why you do that. So here's the image as I first shot it as it came out of the camera. For composition, notice that the trees are in kind of the left third, so to speak. A little bit of room over here on the right. So what I did, I have something called setup right here that you can see. So when I set up this photo, what it's going to do is it's going to automatically adjust clarity to +20 and vibrance to +20 and use the lens correction tool. So that's set up. But notice up here along these mountains in the background, it's kind of foggy, with the snow falling and stuff. So I really want to see those mountains. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take dehaze and I'm going to increase dehaze just a little bit. Notice I'm at +26. Notice how the blue sky above the mountains is coming out. So to me, that looks better. So for this particular image, that's all I need. It's all I need to do is that little bit. I could do some other things, take the blacks and increase blacks. That helps it out a little bit too, in my opinion. All this stuff is salt to taste. What you like is what you like. What I like is what I like. So it doesn't really matter what I do. So here's now the version that was as it was shot with the wider angle. Notice in the composition this area right here. I included that little bush with the snow on it, and I didn't cut it off Because if I were to have cut that off, let's just try that real quick. Bring it like that. If I were to have cut that off, that is a big bother to me. I contend that your corners and your edges around the entire photo are what I call, and a friend of mine has called, sacred ground. Be sure especially when you shoot the image, but also when you crop in Lightroom, that you look at those edges and just make sure that there is nothing getting cut off that will take the viewer's eye out of the frame. That's a very important part of this whole thing. I hope you liked this tutorial, and please like and subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see in the next videos down in the comments. Thanks so much.